but also too poor to start to determine what we want to be. It becomes a little early. Let's conform, and then we shall start to weed out those things. Yes.
Okay, again, my name, Tornado. In regards to the board, I still believe there are positions that we may not need. One already has been mentioned. I still believe the first. Second, we really need a honorary secretary.
Mr. Musoke, is it your view that we do away with the vice?
Yes, it's my view.
That is
we
one.
Well.
Is there any other office you want
Second,
to be done away?
honorary secretary, according to my view, because we are trying to reduce the number, we should do away with him.
Do
Since
you
we already have a CEO, I didn't explain. We already have a CEO who's an accounting officer.
So you say that the CEO will be secretary to the board?
No, I said honorary treasurer.
No. Could we start again? Chairman, we need.
Chairman, we need.
Vice chairperson,
Vice chairperson, we don't need.
Secretary?
Secretary, yes, we need, of course.
Okay. Treasurer?
Treasurer, we don't need because we already have a CEO who's an accounting officer.
That's your proposal?
That's my proposal.
The one for 5 became 4. So they are not 8.
Yes. And we go to 9. Any member of the ICC, we can invite him. The board can invite him in case he needs to present anything. He doesn't need to sit on our board.
That is correct.
Unless when there's something I missed.
Mr. Kavuma is going to explain. But
Because if you
my
have
understanding, Mr. Musoke, is that that is a directive of ICC. But let's hear from you.
Thank you so much, Benjamin.
Thank you. That was my submission.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. On the board of the Africa Cricket Association. So him, by the virtue of him representing Uganda at the SCA, whenever he's around, he will sit on the board. Just like it is with the family that we entered. That is the Olympics. We are admitted into the Olympics, and there are certain things that Council Mbanga's alluded to. You either comply with their rules or regulations, or you get out. William Bleak is a member of the Uganda Olympic Committee. He sits on the International Olympic Committee. Whenever he's around, and there is need for him to come and vote or sit on the board, he will come. It's not mandatory that every meeting that we have and say, I'm just using Michael as an example, whenever he's around he should be there. No. Only when you need him and maybe when he has something to submit that he will come and be on the board. But Benjamin, thank you so much on your proposals. Members will agree and take it from there. Mr. Mvanga, there's a hand there.
So, Mr. Kavuma, just in a yes or no, do we understand therefore that the representative of IOC and ICC would not be a permanent member?
Yes.
Okay? And secondly, if members feel that that is an overburden, is it practical and would it offend ICC if you say that Mpanga became a member of that board when he was chair? No, I'm coming. That his term ended, now we have Kavuma. Can Kavuma replace him? So that we don't lose the spot, so that we have members on the board who represent and come back without carrying an extra. Is that possible?
Yeah.
So is it possible, therefore, that for the members who represent international organizations, Africa Cricket, ICC, IOC, we can choose part of those limited numbers, say 7, to also do that role? Do we have that power? Listen, gentlemen, whether we have that power.
really required.
Could you allow us to consult?
Absolutely.
If it is possible, then we shall adopt. If not possible, we shall tell you, then we shall have to carry that burden.
Sounds right.
Yes, because of what we undertook to join. Sir?
Two quick points. One, I would want to disagree with Mr. Nirav on the player reps, because I think for a very long time we have kept the players behind, and yet they are the primary stakeholders. But as we are having two player reps, I would want to know the criteria. For me, I think, Mr. Chair, we should do away with the vice chairperson, but we need two player reps, but we would like to know what's the criteria of selecting these player reps. Two, in your consultation with ICC, who exactly, what's the criteria of being on the board as an ICC member? Is it because Mr. Ndaura has worked for ICC for 6 months on a commentary gig, and now he has to sit on our board? What's the criteria? What weight are you bringing on the board? That's what I want, but more importantly, I would want to still emphasize the players have been kept behind as politicians make wrong decisions for them. They should be on the board.
Thank you, sir. Let Mr. Kavuma.
To a representative of your home board sitting on, a representative from Uganda to sit on your home board is to try and relay whatever work is being done now, whatever is being done at your home board. It doesn't make sense for, I'll just give an example of Michael, to go and represent Uganda when he has no idea what is happening at his home board, because he's representing Uganda. It is not now Michael anymore. He's a representative of Uganda cricket. So whatever is discussed at board level, whatever strategic decisions are taken, he's notified. Then even him, when he comes back, he has to notify us as members of that IF, which is the African Cricket Association. That's the whole essence. It's not that when Semakula is put on the board, you go and deliberate your own issues. You deliberate on behalf of your home board and give feedback to the other international federation. I don't know if I make some sense. To throw more light on that.
Well, thanks, Chairman, in particular. And the framers of this particular provision, whereas they were being obliged to follow, obviously, the IOC and UOC directive of having a player rep on the board, we thought it wise that the athletes will have their own electoral college, so they will cast their own votes. And we did hint on that particular aspect as the electoral college, whereby we talked about they will have a committee of eight split into two, whereby there will be 4 men, 4 women. Then we also did speak about the fact that there's a proposal for 2 athletes as well who will be appointed by the executive board. So that's just to give you context of how that particular athletes electoral college will basically be functioning. There is also, if you take it,
The resolution is to eliminate some positions. We have heard that some members are carried on because of their past positions. We are going to consult to find out if we can have some members do that role so that we reduce on the number. So we have dealt with the issue of number and representation. And in fact, the issue of qualification. Is there anything which you feel we haven't covered? Yes, please. If it is a form, if it is a form, we'll deal with it. If we want substance,
Finally, the chair.
I am waiting for chairman to direct me who should give the microphone.
I'm afraid we're rushing. We're not going to do the job we want to do. But let me also smuggle in 1 or 2 things. And Chair, you'll allow me to sit. On the composition, that is okay. But I had a few comments on, or proposals on the composition. we've abolished the trust deed and trustees. It may be useful to have 2 or 3 senior members, cricketers, advising the board, just as advisors, in an advisory capacity, institutional memory and things like that, just in an advisory capacity. I also wanted to suggest, and I think there's something between William and Chris on the quality of the board. Once we establish the criteria of the board members, when members apply to become board members, let's have a vetting committee. It might be an external board, it might be internal auditors, but let's have people to vet them. Let's just have them vetted. And that way, the issue of professionalism then comes in, because each club will then be able to send somebody who meets the criteria.